Would you rather have $1 million but go to jail for 1,000,000 seconds or get $1 billion and got to jail for 1,000,000,000 seconds? If you choose the million, then you'll be locked up for a total of 11 days, 46 minutes and 40 seconds. However, if you choose the $1 billion, then you will have to stay in jail for almost 32 years. Welcome back to Talkative Tales. In today's video we will be discussing the shortest and longest time for some events to happen. Let's dive right in. The record for the longest boxing match in history is held by Andy Bowen and Jack Burke. Their epic encounter took place on April 6, 1893, in New Orleans, Louisiana, USA. The fight was part of a series of bouts organized by the Olympic Club to celebrate the introduction of the new Marquess of Queensberry rules, which included the use of gloves and 3-minute rounds. The rules also stipulated that a fight could only end when one of the fighters was knocked out or unable to continue. Bowen and Burke entered the ring with high expectations for the match, but little did they know that they were about to make boxing history. The fight went on for an astounding 110 rounds, lasting over 7 hours. The two fighters displayed incredible endurance and toughness, but by the end of the grueling battle, both were battered and exhausted. As the fight progressed, the spectators and even the fighters themselves began to lose interest and stamina. Eventually, the referee declared the match a no contest due to the inability of either boxer to continue. Both Bowen and Burke were so physically drained that they were unable to answer the bell for the 111th round. The lack of a decisive outcome disappointed the audience, and the bout was criticized for its excessive length. In the aftermath of this historic match, there were changes to the rules to prevent such marathon contests in the future, including the introduction of limits on the number of rounds in a bout. The Bowen vs. Burke fight remains a unique and notable event in the history of boxing, showcasing the incredible resilience and endurance of the athletes involved. The record for the shortest boxing championship match in history is held by Mike Tyson and Marvis Frazier. The bout took place on July 26, 1986, at the Glens Falls Civic Center in Glens Falls, New York, USA. Mike Tyson, known for his ferocious punching power and aggressive style, was a rising star in the heavyweight division. Marvis Frazier, the son of former heavyweight champion Joe Frazier, stepped into the ring as the underdog against the formidable Tyson. The fight was a highly anticipated bout, but it turned out to be one of the briefest and most explosive matches in boxing history. Tyson wasted no time asserting his dominance. Within the first 30 seconds of the opening round, Tyson unleashed a series of powerful punches that sent Frazier to the canvas. Frazier struggled to get up but was visibly disoriented. Referee Joe Cortez reached the count of 10, declaring Tyson the winner by knockout. The official time of the match was recorded as 30 seconds, making it the shortest heavyweight championship fight in history at that time. Mike Tyson's victory over Marvis Frazier further solidified his reputation as a force to be reckoned with in the heavyweight division. The match showcased Tyson's extraordinary speed, power, and ability to finish fights quickly, setting the stage for his eventual undisputed heavyweight championship reign. In the vast expanse of the aviation world, where flights can span continents and cross oceans, there exists a unique and seemingly paradoxical phenomenon: the shortest commercial flight in the world. Nestled between 2 points with geographical proximity, this brief journey has captured the fascination of travelers and aviation enthusiasts alike. Our journey begins by identifying the 2 points connected by the shortest commercial flight. Located in the Orkney Islands, just off the northern coast of Scotland, the flight spans the distance between Westray Airport and Papa Westray Airport. Clocking in at a mere 1.7 miles, 2.7 kilometers, this flight holds the Guinness World Record for the shortest scheduled commercial airline service. You might ask, why won't they just build bridges between the islands instead of flying every day? The Orkney Islands consist of about 70 islands, and some of them are separated by significant stretches of water. Building bridges over these wide channels can be technically challenging and expensive. Constructing bridges over large bodies of water is a costly endeavor. The cost of building and maintaining such bridges may outweigh the perceived benefits, especially given the relatively low population density in some parts of the islands. Building bridges in ecologically sensitive areas can have a significant impact on the environment. The marine ecosystems, migratory routes of marine life, and local wildlife habitats could be disrupted. Orkney experiences harsh weather conditions, including strong winds and storms. Constructing and maintaining bridges in such an environment poses engineering challenges, and the structures would need to be designed to withstand these conditions. The islands have a relatively small population, and connecting every island with bridges might not be deemed necessary from a transportation and infrastructure perspective. Ferries and other forms of marine transportation are often more practical and cost-effective for connecting the islands. These modes of transportation can adapt to the varied geography and weather conditions more effectively than bridges. While there are some smaller bridges in the Orkney Islands, building extensive bridge networks might not be the most practical solution given the unique challenges presented by the geography, cost, and environmental considerations. In the ever-expanding realm of aviation, where distances are conquered and borders are bridged, one flight stands as a testament to the ceaseless pursuit of connection and efficiency: the world's longest commercial flight. This airborne odyssey takes passengers on an unparalleled journey, spanning vast expanses of the globe and pushing the limits of modern aviation technology. In this extensive exploration, we unveil the story behind the longest commercial flight, delving into its history, the aircraft that make it possible, and the experiences of those who embark on this epic voyage. In the realm of aviation, the accolade for the lengthiest non-stop journey belongs to the flight spanning the distance from the bustling metropolis of New York to the vibrant city-state of Singapore. Encompassing an astonishing expanse exceeding 15,000 kilometers, this aerial odyssey demands close to 19 hours for its completion, a timeframe contingent upon the caprices of atmospheric conditions. The tariffs for this uninterrupted airborne sojourn exhibit a spectrum, ranging from £1,000 to £1,500 for each unidirectional sojourn. For the judicious allocation of both temporal and pecuniary resources, the option of procuring tickets through online channels emerges as a sagacious strategy. The stewardship of this celestial trajectory is entrusted to the competent hands of Singapore Airlines. The Anglo-Zanzibar War of 1896 holds a unique place in history as the shortest recorded war, lasting a mere 38 minutes. This brief but intense conflict between the British Empire and the Sultanate of Zanzibar unfolded against the backdrop of imperialistic ambitions, political intrigue, and the struggle for control over strategically important territories in East Africa. In the late 19th century, as European powers raced to expand their empires, Zanzibar emerged as a coveted prize due to its strategic location and economic potential. The death of Sultan Hamad bin Thuwaini in 1896 triggered a succession crisis, with two claimants vying for the throne: Sultan Khalid bin Bargash and Sultan Hamoud bin Muhammad. The British, eager to maintain influence in the region, supported Sultan Hamoud, who was perceived as more amenable to their interests. In contrast, Sultan Khalid resisted British interference, setting the stage for a confrontation that would escalate into a full-fledged war. Tensions came to a head when the British consul, Basil Cave, delivered an ultimatum to Sultan Khalid, demanding his abdication within 24 hours. The British sought a compliant ruler who would safeguard their economic and political interests in Zanzibar. Sultan Khalid, however, refused to capitulate to the ultimatum, leading to a rapid chain of events. In response to Sultan Khalid's defiance, the British assembled a formidable naval force led by Rear Admiral Harry Rawson. On the morning of August 27, 1896, British warships, including the flagship HMS St. George, positioned themselves in the waters off Zanzibar, ready to enforce the ultimatum. As the deadline approached, British forces issued a final warning. When Sultan Khalid failed to comply, the British unleashed a devastating naval bombardment on the Beit al-Hukam Palace, where Khalid and his supporters had taken refuge. The naval assault was swift and overwhelming, highlighting the vast technological disparity between the imperial power and the local. The Anglo-Zanzibar War concluded within an astonishing 38 minutes. The palace, reduced to rubble, signaled the decisive victory of the British forces. Sultan Khalid fled to seek asylum at the German consulate, and Sultan Hamoud, backed by the British, was installed as the new ruler. The war had a lasting impact on Zanzibar's political landscape. While the sultans ostensibly retained their positions, the reality was one of British dominance. Zanzibar effectively became a British protectorate, serving the economic and strategic interests of the empire. The Reconquista, spanning from the early 8th century to 1492, stands as a monumental period in the history of the Iberian Peninsula. This prolonged campaign was characterized by Christian kingdoms seeking to reclaim territories that had fallen under Islamic rule during the early stages of the Islamic expansion into Spain and Portugal. Initiated by the Umayyad Caliphate in 711 AD, Islamic forces rapidly advanced into the Iberian Peninsula. However, Christian resistance emerged, coalescing around the Kingdom of Asturias, founded by King Pelayo after the Battle of Covadonga in 722. Over subsequent centuries, Christian kingdoms such as León, Castile, Aragon, and Navarre engaged in a relentless push southward, gradually reclaiming territories from Muslim rule. The Reconquista was marked by notable battles and strategic conquests. The Battle of Las Navas de Tolosa in 1212 saw Christian forces decisively defeating the Almohad Caliphate, while the capture of Córdoba in 1236 and Seville in 1248 marked significant milestones in the Christian advance. The marriage of Ferdinand II of Aragon and Isabella I of Castile in 1469 united Christian realms, setting the stage for the Reconquista's culmination. The final act unfolded in 1492 with the fall of Granada, the last Muslim stronghold on the peninsula. The Catholic monarchs, Ferdinand and Isabella, entered Granada, marking the symbolic end of Muslim rule in Iberia. The Reconquista had profound implications for the Iberian Peninsula. The coexistence of Christian, Muslim, and Jewish communities during this period left an enduring impact on the region's cultural identity. The expulsion of Jews and Muslims in subsequent years further shaped the religious landscape, solidifying the dominance of Christianity. In conclusion, the Reconquista was a protracted struggle that reshaped the course of Iberian history. Its legacy persists in the cultural heritage and complex identity of modern Spain and Portugal, embodying a transformative period of territorial and religious dynamics in medieval Europe. We hope you enjoyed today's video. Remember, stories are all around us, just waiting to be discovered and shared. So keep your curiosity alive, and you never know what fascinating tales you might unravel next. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to join our community and stay tuned for more captivating stories. Catch you in the next video.